back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you all for pushing play and spending a little bit of time with me today. All right, so in my comments on a lot of my videos, people are always complimenting me on my skin, on my teeth, and a lot of people saying, what's your skincare regimen? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so first of all, full disclaimer. I'm not a dermatologist. Y'all already know that, okay? I'm no expert on skin. I don't pretend to be. I'm always going to be 100 with you about anything that I do or use, okay? Let's be honest. I don't really feel I have an issue with my skin. Now, again, I've not been to no dermatologist. I don't know what's beneath the layers. I don't know if I have an issue with anything or not, okay? That's first of all. But I can say to you on the outside, these are the things, the products that I have been using, and then some of the things that I'm trying out now for whatever reason, to see if they will help with some of the things that I find are an issue with my skin. Because honestly, growing up, I never really had an issue with my skin. Nobody talked about skincare as far as I know. Look, I used regular soap and water to wash my face because that's what we had, and whatever lotion my parents bought. That's it. That's all. It wasn't until I joined DECA and was able to get a job at 16 and I started, caring a little bit more about certain things. And I started using Noxzema. We all know, and it still exists today, Noxzema to wash my face. And the only thing I changed up from using lotion was I started using Pond's for my moisturizer. That's it. That's all. Okay, it wasn't until I became an adult and social media came on the scene and everybody's talking about skincare. They're talking about hyaluronic acid. They're talking about retinol. What else? They're talking about, I think it starts with a T, tretinoid or something. I'm going to put it here on the screen. I may not be saying it right. Okay. And a lot of people, and I understand, if you do have an issue with your skin, I do recommend, if you can afford to have the insurance, to go see a dermatologist to help you with whatever you are having. But for me, sometimes I feel like the more you put on your face or put in your skin, I don't know, sometimes I think it just triggers other things. Because I know for me, when I try some things, I end up breaking out. And my husband always just looks at me when I'm looking at him like, I done broke out. He's like, because baby, why are you trying stuff when you don't really have an issue with your skin? So I feel like the only thing I've been really trying to try is, like I always mention about the deep insets under my eyes, tired eyes or whatever, my jowls, and that's from aging. Gravity is pulling. I'm 57 years old. So, you just try to incorporate things to see if they're working. But I'm going to show you the things that I use every day, every night, without fail, no matter what. And I'm going to show you things that I'm trying. I'm not going to recommend anything because, like I said, the things that I'm trying now, I've just started using them. I don't know if they're going to work or not, but I'll definitely keep my eye on it. I've been taking pictures, plus I've got video, so I can see if there's really any change in things. So let's start with my night care routine. It's daytime, so I'm just going to tell you what I do at night. At night, without fail, well, let me not say without fail, because there are times when I am lazy, okay? But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to definitely go in and cleanse my skin. And this is what I've been using. And I started using this when Gabrielle Union popped up on the TV with her commercial talking about Neutrogena. And I've been using it ever since. I don't know when that commercial came out. If I can go back and Google it, I'll put it here on the screen. But this is when I switched from Noxzema to Neutrogena. And this is Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser. It's all free. It's a gentle and effective cleanser that improves your complexion. Okay. And I use this to clean my skin at night before I go to bed. Okay. Without fail. All right. This is all I use. Okay. Now, the only time I do something extra is if I've done a transition and I want to get down off in my pores. I have been using this here. This is Clean Skin Club. It's from the Clean Skin Club. It's You Do You. It's a fortifying cleanser. It's a honeydew white tea and it has 5% niacinamide. Okay. And I've been using this and you can see I've been using it for a while and it is still available again, which I do need to get some more from the Clean Skin Club. This is not sponsored or anything like that. I started purchasing their face towels and they sent this to me. They sent me one. I think they sent me one. Yeah, they sent me one. I don't know if it was a sample or if it was a full size, and I loved it and I got another one. And it lasts a real long time because, as I said, I don't wear makeup every day. And I don't do transitions all the time, but when I do, I always go in with this. This gets all that makeup off and everything. And then after I use this, I then go in with my deep clean, my Neutrogena. And then afterwards, I will still go in with a daily microfoliant. And my favorite go-to, which I'll use any exfoliant, but my go-to, I really seem to like Dermalogica. I really like this because it's very fine. It's like a really fine grade, I don't know what you call those little things in there, but I feel like they don't damage my skin like some of the other exfoliants, because some of the other exfoliants has larger chunks. This right here is really, really fine, okay? And it does say after cleansing. That's why I said usually when I do make transitions and stuff, I will... Sorry, y'all. After I do any type of makeup transition, or if I went somewhere and I wore makeup, I will go in with this first to remove the makeup, and then I'll go in with this. Now, I guess I skipped all the other things too. Let me throw this in here. Hopefully you're keeping up. I use a silicone thing to help work the cleansers in. Okay, this here I got off TikTok Shop. They carry them in the stores. You can find these anywhere, so you don't have to get off TikTok. You know, you don't even have to use the one, because you can turn this on to help, and it beeps when it's time for you to move it around. So you can use a USB to charge it up, and you can speed it up. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even turn it on. I just, you know, especially when I'm sleepy, I'll just do this. So if I got makeup on, I'll put this on, wet my face, put this on, I'll rub it in with my tips of my fingers, and then I'll go in with this. Rinse my face, and then I'll go in with this, use this, rinse. And then with this, I don't use this. I'll just go in with the exfoliant, and I'll just massage it through, okay, and then rinse. Now, the only thing that changes in my skin nighttime routine is if I'm not doing any makeup and it's just a regular day, regular night, I didn't wear any makeup, I don't do these. I only use my cleanser and my silicone little gadget here, okay? Again, I only use these two at night to clean my face if there's no makeup involved. But if there is makeup, I'm going to go in with my Fortifying cleanser first. Then I'm going to go in with this, and then I'm going to exfoliate as well, okay? So basically 3 products, okay? For sure, okay? Only if I've worn makeup will I use these 2, okay? And I'm sure they have Fortifying cleanser on the shelf. This is just something I've been getting, okay, because you want something that's going to really get in there and get that makeup out of there. And I feel like you've got to use a Fortifying cleanser. You've got to exfoliate, and then you still go in and use that. It's just what I do. Not a dermatologist or any of that. Now, as far as my nighttime moisturizer, I normally use Olive Olay. But I was in the Dollar Tree and they had this here. So it's by Pure. I'm sure it's just a dupe. It says compared to Olay Regenerous Night Recovery Cream. So it's the dupe for the, again, Olay Regenerous Night Recovery Cream. And this is a hydrating night cream. And again, I got this at Dollar Tree. Okay. I just saw it. I got it. And that's what I've been using. And a little bit goes a long ways. But if you into the brand and you want to get the brand would be Olay Regenerous Night Recovery Cream, and I will leave it down below. I use this. All right, so it's daytime now. And what I like to do, I get up in the morning and I wash my face. I want to remove the products that I had put on my face that night. And the only thing I use is my deep clean, my Neutrogena deep clean cleanser, and I use a face towel. Now, I used to use towels back in the day, but I do feel like this is definitely a game changer, because you think about it, you're washing your towels with other towels that you use for your body. So I don't know, the towels should be clean, but I guess in my mind, I'm thinking, do I really want to use something on my face that I also share the wash with other towels that I use for my body? Then we use detergents that we don't necessarily use all natural detergent. So Some detergents have perfume, fragrance, whatever. So I started using disposable face towels. You can get them from, different subscriptions, but I use these from Amazon. These are disposable face towels, extremely soft, 100% USDA bio-based, cruelty-free, and they're vegan. Each box has 120 pieces. It came with 3 boxes. This is how much it was for the 3 boxes. And you can get it on subscription. I will leave the link below. And it is available on my Amazon storefront. But yeah, I love using these. It says dry your face after cleansing, pair with a makeup remover to gently. So when I'm removing my makeup, sometimes when I'm up here, I use these. You can moisten it and use it with a cleanser to gently exfoliate if you want, but I don't waste it with this. I just use the little round pads when I'm using my when I am using this. Okay, so great deal. So you get actually 360, and I can't remember. Like I said, I'm going to put the price here, but it's a great price. Definitely a great price. So I use that for my face. So when I'm washing my face, I don't use a towel. I guess you could get white towels and use them. But again, I feel like if you're not using a good detergent, you got to think about the detergent and is it clean detergent? So think about that, especially if you have an issue with your skin. That's my opinion. Okay. So like I said, once I do that, I'll come up. I use this. In addition, after I clean my face, I come in and use my daily exfoliant. It says use it twice a day. Every other day, I use it once a day because now I've used it so long. This is my 3rd bottle. It does not break me out, causes me no issue. So I use it every morning. Okay. Then I come up and I use the caffeine eye cream. I got this from Sephora. You can use it day and night. I only use it in the daytime. I cannot tell you if it's working or not. A little goes a long ways. So I'm going to wait until I've used it up and go back through my videos to see if I see any difference. So I'm not recommending it. So if you have an under eye cream that you like to use or a serum, then stick with that. Okay. Just stick with that. Especially if it's working. If it's not working and you want to give this a try, go ahead. Like I said, I don't know yet. I'm going to use it all up and see if I notice any difference with my under eye. Okay. So I'm just patting it in, rubbing it in real good. All right. Now I do this first. So I've already done this. Of course, I'm already up here and I thought about it and I was like, let me go ahead and do this video. So I have already, I had already used this. Okay. Then went in with this and then I used this. All right, guys, I don't know what happened to the clip with me applying this, but this is Paula's Choice. It will help boost cell turnover, brighten and even skin tone. It will help reduce your pores. It will help any texture you may have on your skin, help control oil, and improve your hydration or barrier. I definitely recommend this if you have any issues with breakouts, fine lines or texture skin, clogged pores, or skin dullness. And after I finish that product, I go in with the Snail Mucinix. Now, the Snail Mucinix will boost your skin's radiance and visibly enhance your skin clarity. It does include hyaluronic acid and betaine, which provides long-lasting and deep hydration, along with panthenol that soothes stressed skin. I highly recommend that, okay? Now, another thing that I've added into my skincare routine that I'm just trying, don't know if it's working, is this Dr. Meloxin Calcium, influenced from Cardi B off TikTok. Don't know if it really works or not, but I'm basically been using it for the jowls in my forehead. I don't have a lot of wrinkles, but I'm using it and for the jowls to see if I notice anything different. So again, don't get it unless you just want to try it. I'm just incorporating to see if I notice any difference. And how I'm going to know, I'm going to go back and look at any of my videos when I'm doing transition and see if I see any difference. So I'm going to use all of it up before I say, yes, you need to try it. Okay. So when I do that, I just kind of pat it in. That's what I do. Step is my Olay Super Cream with sunscreen. This has broadband SPF 30. You can see it. So this is my final step, and I just go in. Some people use a little spatula, but since I'm the only one using it, I just go in and I put some here, and I just rub it all in on top of everything else that I've applied, except for under my eyes. I don't put anything on top of the eye cream because I really want to see if that really works. So I'll just go in and massage all this in. Okay, on my eyelids as well, down my nose. Okay. And the only reason why I don't put none of this on my neck is because I'm also trying a new product for that, which we'll talk about later. But there is another product. I want to see if it works before I talk about that as well. But as far as the skincare routine, that's it. That is all the things that I use for my skin. Now, for those who were inquiring about my teeth and complimenting me on my teeth. Now, I don't do anything, I don't think, special. I do brush. I do floss. I try to do twice a day. I really do. But there's sometimes at night I just barely going in there to brush my teeth. Because I'm like, I don't feel like flossing, because I normally floss before I brush. And I have I use regular floss as well. I just had it because I was using it, y'all. But it's just the brand. Oh, here it is. Reach. It's nothing special. I do have the little sticks. I don't really like them, but so I normally just use this because I feel like I have more control. But I do have a water pick, a water flosser that I purchased from a dentist's office. But you can get a water flosser, and you want to get one that has different water pressures. Like mine will go all the way up to 9, and I feel like it really helps to get in there, especially over here because I do have a bridge. And when I'm really being lazy and don't want to use the little threader to get up under my bridge, I'll use a water flosser to get any food that may have lodged under my bridge. But floss first is what I do, which is what I was told to do. Floss first and then brush. And I have an electric toothbrush. I will link it down below, but again, you can get an electric toothbrush anywhere, but I'll put down the one that I use in the description box. None of this is sponsored, none of that, okay? So I floss first. Usually I'll use this just because over here I feel like my teeth are tighter. I'll use this first, and then I'll go in with my water flusher. And it's a tank that you fill up with water. I usually try to fill it up with filtrated water. I don't use the water out of the sink. Whether that's necessary or not, you decide. And I just floss until the water is gone, and then I go in with my electric toothbrush and I brush. And I like that because it's time, it beeps to let you know when to move the brush around. Other than that, guys, I go to the dentist. I go every quarter. Because I suffer from periodontal disease in the past, so I go every quarter. I get a deep cleaning done, I think once or twice a year. I'm not really for sure. I never really kept up. But I do go to the dentist and get my teeth clean. I did wear braces. When my kids were in high school, we all had braces together, which I had to wear for 16 months because I used to suck my thumb I sucked my thumb all the way up to the summer before my high school, before the summer before my freshman year of high school. Yes, I used to suck my thumb, twirl my hair, and pull my hair out. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have a permanent bald spot. But yeah, so not really crooked, but slightly crooked. And then I fell skating one time and had a chipped tooth. So I did that when I got on at the post office, got my teeth, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear, my kids got to wear braces. I'm going to wear them too, and hey, so what? I won for 16 months. And I got my teeth nice and straight, okay? Got a lot of work done because, if you grew up when I did, we went to the dentist. You was about suffering before you went to the dentist. You was putting toothpaste and peroxide or whatever you can for cavities and stuff. My parents did the best they could. They did what they could. And we did go, but we didn't go consistently. So I had to get a lot of work done to my mouth. And so I just want to take care of my teeth, all right? They're an investment. I do not have... what are those? I do not have veneers. I do have a bridge over here. Okay. But I do not have veneers. These are my teeth. These are my teeth. And I'm very proud of them. But I want to protect my investment, which means I go to the dentist, I floss, I brush. I may not floss and brush twice a day like I should, but 9 times out of 10, maybe 5 out of the 7 days, I'm going to brush and floss twice a day. Okay. I don't use any mouthwash because they say the mouthwash is not good. I usually use the coconut strips. I'll link them down below to rinse my mouth. Coconut oil. A lot of people do oil pulling, but I use mine to rinse is what I use it for. And then after I rinse, then I'll go in and do a I have a separate toothpaste, just a regular toothpaste. I'll go in and to remove, because they'll tell you to brush after that, but I'll just go in with not my electric toothbrush, but with a regular toothbrush and brush again and just rinse with regular water and, you know, spit that in the trash can, because you don't want to spit coconut oil in your drain, okay? We don't want no problems. We don't want any plumbing issues. But that is really all I use for my teeth. That's it. That's all. Okay. So I hope all that was helpful for, for all of you. Like I said, everything will be in the description box. And again, thank you all for the compliments on my skin and on my teeth. And I hope everything that I told you was helpful. Okay. So that's about it. And until next time, Kammy loves you. Mwah.